Awesome. All right. Well, and Anup, you've already sort of spoken to the entire team yesterday, right? So my agenda today, I want to sort of re-announce the same announcement. I think that Anup's already made. Address and answer any questions you guys might have around the announcement and what it means and entails. So I'll kind of quickly start off, Anup, unless you have any context you want to set.
No, I already shared all their doubts in the doc. I didn't really edit it, as I told you, right? They're quite raw, and you can, some of the questions, I think it will be good if you can take them up and probably give your understanding of why you did what you did. So
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely. All right, guys. So, firstly, I want to start out by saying that, I mentioned this a bunch of times here and there, but I've never really addressed it to all of you folks also formally. CodeChef is a personal passion project and will continue to remain that way for the entire lifetime of CodeChef. You guys have given birth to and taken to fruit on something that was really a concept and an idea back in 2007. When I started off conceptualizing CodeChef in the early days, it was entirely born out of, I've always said this, that, frustration is the genesis of many great ideas. And back in 2007, a bunch of the senior talent engineering team in our organization, we all continue to remain frustrated by the quality of software developers and programmers in India. And we felt like when we meet these people, I used to, by the way, I haven't had the privilege, I guess, with most of you, but from 2007 until all the way to 2011, 2012, I've actually been personally active at 2006 till 2012. I've personally been actively involved myself in every single final interview for engineering students that we took from campuses that we brought into DirectEye back then, and then Media.net and all of the other companies. And I have seen these kids, in what would probably be the most stressful day of their lives and stressful situation and scenario of their sort of 4-year engineering career, sitting sometimes and talking to me at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the middle of the night to try and solve complex problems after having spent probably 12 to 13 grilling hours with other people, both in our organization and other organizations, etc. Right? And the two things that stood out for us in every single instance is that we have some of the smartest people in the country when it comes to intellect, but we don't have, unfortunately, the supporting infrastructure, the supporting teaching assistants, the supporting people who can actually really take these passionate individuals and convert them into, enable them to sort of fully utilize their potential. And it was really frustrating for us. One of the frustration was we ourselves couldn't hire the best in the quantity that we wanted. But more importantly than that, we felt here's a country with 1 billion people. We had back then, NASSCOM would say between 1.5 to 3 million software engineers and programmers in the country, and we were still not amongst the top teams in ACM ICPC. I think our ranking was significantly behind in comparison to where it is today. We weren't able to sort of achieve the kind of product development, the kind of engineering mindset that we were seeing from Silicon Valley, China, and many of these places. Anyways, that was the entire frustration. And we sat down to think about, well, this can't continue. What can we do to meaningfully improve this? Back then, from CodeChef's standpoint, we can't obviously change all the teachers across the country. We can't change all the infrastructure across the country. We can't really sit and invest behind creating a large amount of sort of training infrastructure to train them. But these are all smart kids. We can actually provide a platform where they can train each other and they can learn themselves and they can essentially enhance their skills. And we figured what's the best way to motivate people and drive people to sort of learn themselves. And by default, for all of us, it's gamification, right? Nobody's ever had to, back in the day when we were sort of school kids, tell us to play and excel at video games, because it's inherently it's in our DNA that we want to compete, we want to excel, we want to sort of within our peer group stand out, etc. And so we're like, well, since we can't invest behind changing the teaching infrastructure for millions of people, let's figure out a way in which we can get individuals to sort of learn themselves, create a community, gamify it, and that's how CodeChef was born as this coding contest platform. Since then, it's come a long way. Much of it thanks to all of you guys. I was very closely involved in the vision and the product in the initial years, and then subsequently, Anup and the rest of you have taken over, and really, as I said, given sort of wheels to the the horse carriage, if you will, and we made a significant difference. In fact, I don't know if you've ever computed this, and maybe we should objectively. I keep telling people that in many ways, while I have formed 5 different companies in my life, been part of 5 different companies in my life, several in the hosting space, in the domain registry space, in the communication space, in the banking space. I think in many ways, the one project that I think has resulted in the largest amount of impact in the world from pure impact calculation is probably CodeChef, because each of the other projects are companies that I have formed. But through CodeChef, I'm quite certain we've created hundreds of entrepreneurs, and Gaurav actually is one of them. Many of the individuals who left our organization started their own companies, several of them, but hundreds of entrepreneurs and potentially tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of really outstanding product developers and software developers that have gone out there and really changed the world. And it'd be useful actually at some point to even do a tabulation of the individuals that have gone through CodeChef and gone on to create sort of meaningful companies or meaningful roles, etc. But I intuitively at least believe we've created a significant and sizable impact. And that's a legacy that we all get to both live every day and leave behind eventually in the future as our legacy. So that's kind of a quick notion of how CodeChef started. My vision behind it, subsequently the vision and mission that Anup and you all have set out and achieved behind CodeChef. So I think that's great. This is kind of a new chapter in CodeChef's journey. It's something that's been under discussion and thought process for some time. And I'll again be candid, much like Anup has, in discussing these aspects with you. So somewhere around a year and a half ago, I started discussing this notion with Anup, saying that, look, the intent behind CodeChef is always altruistic and will continue to be that. That's why we've never tried to meaningfully commercialize it, meaningfully develop it into sort of a commercial property through advertising and sponsorship. We've done little bits of things here and there, etc., to sustain, because our goal and objective is to give to the community an opportunity to kind of learn as fast and as much as possible. But last year we started thinking about the fact that if we really want to scale that vision and goal, we still, while our intent can continue to be not for profit, we still have to generate revenue and money that we can pump back in, most of it towards the goal and vision, so that we can continue to expand at a faster pace beyond just the means and pocket of what I'm sponsoring and what a few other people might sponsor. So these conversations started, because if you're now to go beyond just competitive programming, if you want to also go into, various other channels, so multiply our channels in terms of schools, colleges, institutions, professionals, multiply our reach, multiply our approaches in manners in which we can actually impart education and grow this community. Then if we can pump additional investment behind it, then that would actually assist that process. So we started off thinking around how do we best leverage CodeChef in terms of starting to generate revenue. And since then, you folks have come up, bottoms up with a couple of projects that have also resulted in a fair bit of success in a short window of time and to kind of grow and ramp up. And I'm quite certain they will go down that path per se. Around 3.5 months ago, I started exploring, to start with, the notion of a strategic partnership with companies that don't necessarily have what CodeChef has in its entirety, but are passionate about education, are passionate about solving for education at a low cost for a large majority of people in India, and see if there was a meaningful way in which we can partner. And so I started, couldn't obviously have discussions in detail with all of you folks, but started talking briefly to Anup about supplying me with data and having certain conversations. Predominantly I was having conversations with one of the edtech companies out there on how we can leverage some sort of a joint meaningful partnership together. In the course of those conversations, actually, less than 4 weeks ago, a similar discussion ensued also with Unacademy. I don't know how many folks of you might be aware already, but it's the only company actually outside of my own companies that I am personally a shareholder and a board member of. So Gaurav is a ex-Direct Iron. Since the time that he's started his own company, and me have been in touch in terms of me playing an advisory role. When he started Unacademy also, I kind of over time assisted and became a formal advisor in the company, and have continued to help with various projects, and have received shares both for investment and advisory capacity on an ongoing basis in Unacademy. It's a company I'm again hugely passionate about, just like CodeChef, because of their both altruistic. So they are a for-profit company, much like Directeye or Flock or anybody else. But I do believe, again, unlike Directeye or Flock or any of the other companies, their purpose has always been to provide accessibility to low-cost education for people who otherwise would never be able to afford and compete, equalize the playing field, which is kind of what CodeChef sort of was born to do, equalize the playing field where Indian programmers are able to compete with global programmers across the world. Unacademy's goal has been to equalize the playing field by giving the best of the coaching at 1/5 or 1/7 the cost to people in remote villages, towns, tier 2, tier 3 cities who otherwise would never be able to access it. You've got daughters of bus drivers and children of electricians in villages, etc., who are studying and preparing and competing in IIT JEE or UPSC or NEET or any of these exams, etc., for the first time being able to compete at an equal footing with people from metro cities, people who are far more affluent, people who have access to better education. And in that respect, they've done an amazing job. They've grown extremely rapidly. And so he, funnily enough, was, started a conversation with me saying that, oh, could we do something jointly with CodeChef? Would you be open to sort of having Unacademy leverage CodeChef, etc.? And I mentioned to him that I'm actually already in conversations with some other strategic partners to potentially explore that, but I'm happy to sort of consider something here also. And the conversation actually proceeded extremely rapidly. In about 3 weeks' time, we had multiple different conversations, then involved Anup finally when things were finalized between us to look at a model where the custodianship of CodeChef actually shifts and migrates to Unacademy. So Unacademy becomes the primary sponsor and only sponsor of CodeChef, instead of Bhavin Turakhia or me or Directeye being sort of the primary sponsor of CodeChef. And with the goal and objective, and you'll hear from him in a short bit in about 15 minutes time, but with the goal and objective that in many ways, I think now we can actually address the second piece that originally we couldn't address. When we started CodeChef in 2007, 2008 as a concept, our goal was that we're going to pump in limited investment on an annual basis. And since that limited investment can only serve to achieve this much, we'll create a self-learning platform and a self-learning community and a contest platform where people through gamification can learn. I think with Unacademy, both with the capital that we can deploy, so I'm part of the board there, and we've had some discussions around this, both with the capital that we can deploy and the reach and the kind of platforms it's already built, we can actually now also address some of those high initial capital investment projects, like creating significant amount of training and content that otherwise we haven't been able to invest behind because of the limited amount of budgets that we have. So for instance, one of our biggest discussions that we've had jointly between me, Anup, and Gaurav has been around, oh, let's put in whatever investment is required, but provide, substantially improve the current design, invest behind the product and engineering, and create, 100x the content in terms of videos right from the beginning. If anybody in the world wants to learn coding, CodeChef should be their destination to learn coding. And the goal is to give 60 to 75% of that content entirely for free. Gaurav from his side, his perspective was, let's create something that's as good as Scalar or Codeforces or any of these sort of coding sites, but in a structured learning fashion where somebody who's got no clue and wants to start out can start out and reach all the way to a competitive programming level end to end with a combination of free and paid content. So today, even on Unacademy, 60 to 65% of their total content is free, and then the remaining 30-35% is sort of paid for. And it creates this virtuous cycle where they can impact millions of people who consume the free content, and then hundreds of thousands of people who also consume the paid content, basically. So the idea is to substantially increase and make CodeChef a household name when it comes to coding, and magnify the sort of impact that we've created so far by multifold, exponentially over the course of the next several months to years. And so both of us kind of resonated quite well on the ideas, and I felt that it makes logical sense. My level of involvement would continue to remain the same because I'm on the board of an academy, and I'm a sort of significant shareholder there. Plus, me and Gaurav have continued to closely work together in general on EdTech projects for the last 3 years. CodeChef would continue to run as is, but with greater amount of investment, impetus, larger goals, bigger focus, etc., and deliver on a even bigger vision than what we're already down the journey. I mean, we've achieved, like I was looking at some of the numbers that Anup continues to share with me. We've achieved a lot, millions of users, 30 plus million sort of problem submissions, etc. So we achieved a lot in the time frame that we've created. In fact, another reason why, I think we're second to none, in spite of the fact that there have been vast number of people who spent a significant amount of capital in this industry. When we look at some of our other partners in the industry that are focused on coding, etc. But with very frugal spending and minimal capital, we have actually managed to generate a brand that I think is second to none when it comes to our branding on campuses, among students, amongst engineers, amongst programmers, etc. CodeChef is revered amongst all these campuses, and so I think it's amazing that we've managed to do what we've managed to do in this sort of time period. So yeah, I think this opens up another chapter. I have 100% conviction that that it's a win-win scenario. It actually doesn't in any way, in fact, whilst continuing to keep the values and the mission of CodeChef intact, we will actually be able to, in my opinion, generate a 10x impact, because none of you will have the kind of constraints that we used to have before in comparison to what we can sort of choose to sort of undertake going forward. So that's the kind of quick overview in terms of the sentiments and the thought process, etc. I thought before Gaurav joins, maybe I can spend the next 10-15 minutes addressing some of the questions, or I can actually do it jointly with him also. But yeah, Anup, I don't know if you want to add anything. That was kind of a quick overview that I wanted to sort of cover from my side.
No, I think that's good. It'll be good if you can take some of the questions which are there on the doc.
Yeah, I'm just opening up the document.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just run through these in order, one by one. From when will the changes start reflecting or impacting us? So the first quick thing I want to clarify is, let's think about two different entities. There's people, so all of you, and there is CodeChef itself as an entity, which is the organization. And I want to clarify one thing. So as far as people, as far as all of you are concerned, there's going to be no negative impact or change for any of you folks at all. There might be some changes in terms of goals that we pursue and KRs being much more aggressive and things of that over the course, which again will be a bottoms-up process. But there's going to be no personal impact, no part of the team is going to be let go. If anything, we're going to be adding people once we define these sort of quarterly objectives, etc. There's going to be no negative impact on commercials, compensation, growth path, career ladder, etc. None of that stuff. Similarly, when I look at CodeChef as an entity, there's only going to be significant positive impact. There's going to be no change in the mission or the vision or the goal and objective of ensuring that we maximize the potential of individuals in India and elsewhere in terms of their knowledge and their ability to sort of learn coding. So that none of that is going to change. As far as the official date is concerned, we're currently trying to sort of close this by 1st of July. If not, then somewhere mid or end of July. Latest by 1st of August. The expectation is that the change in custodianship would have taken place. That employment letters and all the paperwork and payroll processing, etc., will all shift at that point in time or by that point in time. So we're hoping that somewhere between either the 1st of July or 1st of August that will happen, and HR and Anup will obviously be in touch and intimately of the same. What will be the new organizational structure? Within CodeChef, there is no change in the organizational structure. Anup will actually be reporting into Gaurav as a CEO of Unacademy, and Gaurav and the founders of Unacademy report into the board, which comprises about 8 odd people, including me. So there's going to be no structural change within the unit of CodeChef. There might be and will be additions basis the plans and goals that that you folks come up with jointly along with me and Gaurav. Is this a merger, acquisition, amalgamation, takeover? So from the sense of commercial contract, etc., there is no commercials out here. We're actually transferring CodeChef in terms of its IP assets and people over to Unacademy. I continue to be involved now as a shareholder of Unacademy instead of being a sponsor of CodeChef. So my role changes to that in that sense. As in I continue to remain a shareholder in Unacademy and a board member of Unacademy, but there is no consideration against CodeChef. It's just a transfer of custodianship. So technically, it will be a takeover of the assets by Unacademy. From an organizational standpoint, right now the assets are under DISPL, I think, if I'm not mistaken, structurally, and so there will be a structural change in terms of the takeover of assets into Unacademy's org structure. But there is no, it's not a sale in the true sense of a sale. It's not a sale of a company or not. There's no exchange of consideration or no sale of assets by virtue of a regular sort of acquisition or takeover. Which is why we sort of we've always felt that CodeChef has the character of this sort of non-commercial intent, and we want to sort of continue maintaining that. The intent is going to continue remaining to be the goal, and that kind of partially answers the second question. I kind of think about this as how ICANN, for instance, is run as a model, and sometimes people talk about it as a not-for-profit as opposed to a non-profit. So I think of CodeChef as the motive of CodeChef is not profit first. The motive of CodeChef is people first, and making sure that we continue to serve the objective of maximizing the amount of people that can be educated from the standpoint of coding across India first and then across the globe. None of that vision or mission changes, and therefore CodeChef never had a commercial bent. And so even in this process, we're not looking at this as, or we've not executed this, or we're not executing this in any form as a commercial transaction whatsoever. It's basically a transfer in custodianship from DirectI to Unacademy. Will the values of CodeChef remain the same? So values is a, again, can be construed in two ways. One is, values of the company in terms of operating with its employees and people, etc. And second is the value and the mission statement of CodeChef externally and why it was created. Neither of those should change unless the change is actually more in line with our goal and objective of sort of educating the masses around coding. So I have been part of Unacademy as an organization for the longest period of time. They always have run much in a very similar culture and operation and mode to how DirectI and all the companies that I've operated in the past have run. So I don't anticipate that to change in any form. And then when it comes to the actual mission of CodeChef in terms of how its purpose to sort of educate the maximum number of individuals across the globe to become better programmers, that will only accelerate. It's not going to change.
I think Gaurav is asking if he can join now. Shall we pull him in?
Yeah, why not? We can address some of the other questions jointly after Gaurav sort of finished making his statement. So yeah, pull him in.
Please share the link.
paste it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to take the next question till he joins?
Hey everyone, this is Gaurav.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hey everyone.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi.
Hey, Gaurav.
So Gaurav, we have the entire Unacademy team here on their first virtual meeting with me also in some sense. I've had the opportunity to address them in the past, but this is the first time I guess we're doing this virtually. I spent the last half an hour, first 15 minutes giving them sort of the history of both CodeChef and then how we started talking a few weeks ago. And I was already sort of contemplating some strategic partnership with an organization, and then how our ideas match, etc. And we kind of came up with this model where CodeChef's custodianship would shift over to Unacademy. I think a great place to start, Gaurav, would be from your side, your thought process and vision with regards to CodeChef, both near term and long term. Your purpose. Probably start maybe even with an introduction to Unacademy, and and I'll leave it to you. I mean, and then we can address some of the other questions.
So for those of you who do not know, I've been a CodeChef user since 2010, and then CodeChef was also a part of the project in my first job, where I was working with Media.net for the first 9 months, and then CodeChef for 3 months. At Unacademy, we started around 2015 with the vision to build the best education products in the world, to impact and to make sure that we have accessible quality education for everyone by the best educators. And then that vision transformed, and we built a free platform, and then we built a paid subscription product, etc. Today we are one of the largest online education groups in the country, with the vision is same, that we want to build products that solve for accessibility, convenience and affordability. And I've been very fortunate to have Bhavin's support. He has been with us since 2017. He has been on the board, and since then we have spent a couple of hours every week, and he has helped Unacademy a lot. And the other day we were discussing, and he was looking for a strategic partnership with with another education company, and our thoughts aligned that what our vision is in other categories, the same can be also done for CodeChef, and hence this decision. I think just to give you some numbers now, Unacademy has a product called basically Unacademy, which is the test prep product. Then we have a new product which wants to disrupt books. It's called Graphy, and then bunch of other products are there, etc. I believe in CodeChef's mission. I was a competitive programmer myself. I've gone to ACM, ICPC myself. I believe in the fact that there was this conference around 2 years back. Mr. Modi had conducted it, and he had called entrepreneurs from all over the country. And when the audience questions were open, the question that I asked the panel of these ministers and these chief secretaries was that the state of programming in India is fucked up. I mean, like, coding is not taught properly to anyone. And especially in schools, the state is fucked up. We have so many engineering colleges, and people don't, computer science students of engineering colleges don't understand recursion by the end of 4th year. And sometimes they can't even write a basic for loop. And it's not because this is not interesting. I have seen 100% of the times that when people start learning programming the right way, they fall in love with it, because it's the whole concept is gamified, that you have to create something, you have to solve something. So my belief has always been that programming is like a game, and if we can create, and if we can take the vision of CodeChef, and if I can empower Anup and all of you guys to if the Unacademy group can empower all of you guys with more capital, more resources, and we can empower to make CodeChef like even a household brand for learning computer science, learning programming, and essentially take the free mission, take the free content mission to 100x of what it is today, where the best courses of the world are on CodeChef. So bunch of stuff. I think the whole idea was that I have always been very passionate about this sector. In fact, I keep telling my investors that had I not met Roman, I would be doing something in this sector only. So when Bhavan was looking for sort of like this partnership, etc., we got talking, and I think we ended up aligning in less than 2 weeks. And I think happy to partner with you guys. I don't think you need to be worried about anything. I don't think this changes anything. In fact, whatever you are doing, the goal would be to make it 10x. Happy to take some of you I already know. I think Suraj and Tojo I have worked with personally in the past when I was 23 years old. So I think around 7 years back, but happy to take any questions, and happy to answer if you guys have any doubts.
Gaurav, I think what I did was before this, I asked them to just jot down all the questions in a doc. Okay.
Yeah.
So they put it up there. Bhavin started answering a few of them. It will also be good to know your perspective about the same questions that Bhavin has already answered as well. It will be good, so that
I think even if they are in a doc, I think it would be interesting for the person to say it out loud also.
okay.
I mean, it will
I
just be
take the names.
These are anonymous, unless they're anonymous. That's fine.
Yeah, they are anonymous. Do you want me to read them out? If I can read them out?
Yes, if you can do that, that would be.
Okay.
So, Anup, I think I'm bolding the ones because there are logistical ones that may not have any relevance, but maybe the ones that I'm bolding out, Anup, Gaurav could also sort of put his perspective on, and then we can continue from there.
Sure. So the first one bolded is what will be the new organizational structure, Gaurav?
Exactly the same, no changes, except I think Anup will be directly working with me like he was working with Bhavan closely. No other structural changes. You guys continue to work from Mumbai. In fact, my vision is that the CodeChef team should be entirely remote, and we should get more solid people from across the world in the team, etc. But totally up to you. I think that Anup, that is your call, not mine.
Will the vision and mission statement of CodeChef change? Today it is about making Indian programmers better problem solvers.
No, that will not change. We will in fact double down on what's working for us. We will for the next 1 year we'll try to make our growth 100x in our free content. Maybe 100x is too much, maybe 20x, 30x. But having said that, we might also experiment a few other monetization experiments, like you have courses, etc. So we might also start doing some experiments which are highly affordable. Now whether it is teaching computer science to kids, or whether it's a subscription for programmers or engineering students, I mean, those are the two directions that I think we should experiment in.
And I would add one more thing to this, by the way. I think that, Anup, we originally started out with the vision of making Indian programmers better problem solvers because we were limited by our coding contest platform as the only area that we were focused on. I actually think that the original goal was always broader. In fact, you guys have already pursued a broader goal because you have already begun to sort of go much beyond the scope of taking only existing programmers and convert them into better problem solvers. It might be interesting. I mean, I love that, cleanliness of the statement of making Indian programmers better problem solvers, but it might merit for the team to come up with a broader vision statement that's around essentially the notion of teaching programming to, anyone and everyone. I think that's the broader objective that, in fact, CodeChef, originally sort of started thinking about. We tackled one part or are tackling one part of the problem really well, but we can probably broaden the vision to essentially encompass, the other thing that I've always kept saying is that, I think programming languages and programming per se is probably going to become and should become the most popular lowest common denominator language across the globe. We might have hundreds of languages across the globe that we use to communicate with humans, but there are far more devices in the world than there are humans. And I don't see why there shouldn't be a day where everybody in the world knows how to program in some form or the other. Now, the way they do that might change, over time compared to the way it is today. But I don't see why programming shouldn't be a fundamental skill that's taught just like math and physics. There's no reason why there should be two kinds of people in the world. There are programmers and non-programmers. Like that to me is an anomaly. And I think in many ways, in my opinion, Coach Chef's vision should broaden to that notion of, anybody can learn programming. Kind of like how in that movie Ratatouille, it's like anyone can learn to cook. It's kind of like anyone should be able to learn programming. And that's how we should sort of support individuals. We should become the best destination in the world for people who want to learn programming.
Yeah, I also think that in the short term we should hire one of the best branding agencies in the world, probably a McCann or probably Moving Brands or Design Studio, etc. And we should go through a massive redesign of the entire product and our vision statement. I think something on the lines of what Bhavin just said, or even just creating great programmers. Like we have to create great programmers, not limited to India, not limited to any particular location, and empowering people who have just the motivation to learn, and giving them the platform and the tools to become some of the best coders in the world. That sort of can be the mission. But I also believe that I think in 7 years the look of the platform hasn't changed, and I think it will be exciting for all of us if we can just go through a massive redesign process where we relaunch Coach Chef to the world. There are so many other platforms who have just taken the original vision of Coach Chef and tried to say that we are better. But I think with the number of students who use, number of programmers who use Coach Chef on a monthly basis, the number of submissions that are made, I mean, it's huge. I just think we should also do a better job at showing off what we are doing. I think Coach Chef is doing so many good stuff that I think we should also put ourselves out there more.
Yeah, don't disagree there at all. Next one will be Gaurav. Will the values of Coach Chef remain the same once we start working with an academy?
Yes, 100%.
If yes, what are the core values with which we always thrive on? So, yeah. I don't know how Gaurav can exactly answer this. So whoever asked this question, if there is something specific in your mind, you can probably say that, or maybe Gaurav can broadly address this in some way.
See, I can just put some thoughts out there that we will double down our focus on making sure that we are giving a platform and tools for people to learn programming. We will build more stuff for people to learn. But having said that, we will also double down our monetization efforts. So I want to make it clear to everyone that we will be doubling down on both. In fact, Unacademy does almost 200 million video views on YouTube, and that's free content. And on our own platform, we do almost 500 million minutes of watch time every month on our free content. So, and even our paid product is like one fifth of every paid product out there, like in cost. It's the most affordable product. What I feel is that sort of like what Netflix has done to entertainment, where they have made it super cheap. I mean, you get a Netflix 1 month subscription at the cost of going and watching one movie in a theater. I think we will be building some products that will monetize. But no, the goal is not to put ads on Coach Chef. The goal is not to touch on what's currently happening on Coach Chef. In fact, the goal is to make it look better. The goal is to double down on the free content. The goal is to make the free platform even better. Yeah, I mean, these are the two directions that my mind is currently thinking.
Bhavin, you haven't bolded some of the stuff, but I think it'll be good to take them, even if they, yeah, maybe you can take them.
The rest, but I only bolded the ones that I already answered.
Okay.
So
let's take the rest of them.
Next set of questions. There's 4 more left. We can run through and finish those. The next one is, if Unacademy is sold, will CodeChef be sold with Unacademy? So the legal and technical answer to that I can tell you is that when we shift over custodianship, then Unacademy as an organization will own the IP assets, etc. So in theory, if Unacademy is sold, then CodeChef continues to remain a part of that organization, because that's what would happen after this transition. But I will let Gaurav comment on his thought process around any potential sale of Unacademy, etc., and his intent around that.
I mean, I was 23, 24 years old when I sold my first company, and uh, I made more money than I thought I will, and then I realized that money doesn't matter. In fact, almost 3 months ago, we got a offer to sell Unacademy at $1 billion valuation, which I turned down in probably a couple of hours. The goal with Unacademy is to build a very, very, very large organization building iconic products. Whatever products that we built, whether it's for test prep or it's for the school market or it's for any or Graphy, those are by design highly iconic in nature. And I think we are all driven by building stuff than by money itself. So hypothetically, if we start doing really bad and there is a distress sale, that's the only time Unacademy will be sold. But I am not going to sell Unacademy for money or if I'm getting a good deal, etc. But if it's like, if the situation turns around that suddenly, by the way, we launched a product for test prep market in around 15 months back. That product is now close to doing $110 million annual revenue run rate. We are one of the fastest growing educational organizations in the country, one of the largest online education groups with the kind of reach the free content has or our brand has. But yes, hypothetically, in a case where we like if our performance is shit, then there might be a distress sale, and in that case, but I can also tell you I'll not let that happen.
The next question was, somebody's asked, was there any other alternative available? Did we have the option to say no? So I can address that from my side. Obviously we always had the option to say no. Gaurav and me are friends. By the way, this entire process, etc., has also taken place in the true spirit of our relationship, as opposed to, hypothetically, and this is what, Anup and me also discussed. If CodeChef had to do a sale transaction, I would have appointed a banker. In fact, by the way, Karan from Avendus, I spoke to him afterwards in conjecture, and he's like, oh, we could have gone to Lambda School and 20 other people and come up with a competitive bid and gotten a sort of true valuation and done a transaction, etc. But that was never the intent. There was no intent, in fact, to even transition CodeChef or change its custodianship or ownership in any form or manner whatsoever. It just happened to be a strategic discussion and a meeting of the minds, and that's how it happened. And so yes, the option that there's always an option to say no. There's no scenario there. After all of the conversations, I have zero doubt in my mind that this is significantly better for the vision and mission statement that I started out with in 2007. That you guys have lived, breathed, and sort of worked towards in the last 10 plus years. And so the entire process sort of culminated because of that strong belief and conviction, both from my side and Gaurav's side. This will actually significantly enhance the total impact that we can make by a multiple magnitude. The next one also is probably more relevant for me, which is, do you think CodeChef will equally benefit from this merger? And I will tell you candidly, I can only tell you what my belief is. And I've said this to Gaurav also. Selfishly, I actually think that in many ways, while Unacademy certainly benefits from having CodeChef within its fold, I benefit from the fact that I am involved in Unacademy since 2017, etc. Gaurav benefits. All of the people in the organization, I think, also will benefit. But keeping that aside, CodeChef itself, independent of all of you people, independent of Gaurav, Anup, me, etc., in my opinion, CodeChef will actually benefit much more from this than vice versa. Largely because the fact that this will, if we've set out with the objective of building great programmers, the access to capital, the access to marketing teams, resources, design agencies. I can tell you for a fact, by the way, candidly today, that Gaurav is 10x better than I am at content generation, creating free content, creating sort of iconic brands in the education space, etc. I have not done that in my life, and he's done that and proven himself multiple times over in the course of the last 7
But a
years.
lot of things I have learned from you only. So.
Yes, but there's a point when the student becomes a master in certain subject, and so I mean, I've had a very great relationship with him, and I'm confident that under his stewardship, he'll be able to do certain things that even I can't, not just because of capital, but because having done those things n number of times over and over again. So I personally, got to the point where I certainly have huge conviction that Coach Chef will actually benefit significantly from this. Certainly so will Unacademy, and that's the reason why we're doing this, because it's a win-win scenario for everybody involved.
Yeah.
The last question: how will Unacademy brand Coach Chef through their businesses? I'll quickly say this, but then Gaurav, this is probably more relevant for you. Basically, Coach Chef is intended to remain a completely independent brand from a brand identity standpoint. It's not going to die. In fact, if anything, quite the opposite. It's an iconic brand. It's an outstanding brand. It's almost difficult and impossible to replicate that. And so Coach Chef will become an Unacademy project, but Coach Chef will continue to remain an independent brand per se. But Gaurav, you can kind of add from your side specific points.
No, I mean, with my board of directors, one of the questions that they kept asking was that, like, you have no plans to enter the coding market yet or to do anything there. Why are you still interested in this sort of thing? And my reply was, one, then Bhavin will be more involved in our group. And secondly, I believe in the mission. I was a part of it myself 7 years ago. So yes, there is a bias. And third, I love the brand. I'm a brands person. I spend a lot of time, like in my free time, I would be watching brand films or ads, etc., of different brands. I understand brands, and I think Coach Chef can go 100x from where it is today. And I think brand is something that will always be separate. I think Coach Chef is a very, very powerful brand.
That covers all of the questions in the list. I'm sure this is not the final set of questions. I'm sure folks will have more questions. We'll definitely provide opportunities for additional AMAs, etc. There's a large list of questions below this, which are all HR questions. Didn't want to take up Gaurav's time right now on this process and everybody's time at one go right now. What might be more relevant actually, and some of those, by the way, I can tell you, we don't have immediate answers to. The overarching statement that I will commit to, both me and Gaurav, and well, all three of us, Anup, Gaurav, and me commit to, is that nobody is going to see any detriment in terms of either compensation, impact on gratuity, insurance, or any such negative impact in hygiene factors that exist per se. But the actual plan of how that will happen, because it will require some paperwork and transitioning and so on and so forth. The actual exact series of steps have not yet been fully worked out. Anup is actually going to work those out with our HR team. And then coordinate with you guys and respond to all of those questions.
There is only one thing I like to add, and one of the ways that Unacademy function is that we are very transparent about like a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how it has happened in Coach Chef so far, but some of you who are adding incredible value to Coach Chef will also be eligible for stock options, and we'll be generously rewarding those people stock options, because I think that you guys have skin in the game, not just with Coach Chef, but with what Unacademy is doing. And though the values, and I think at some point the values and systems will merge, where you will realize that Unacademy is building the best educational and learning products, etc. So I think, and then there will be a whole fair process that people at a certain level are eligible, and on a performance based, those are eligible, etc. And then I'm not sure how it has happened so far, but now quarterly there will be monetary bonuses also, which will be given out on, for example, one of our first goals and metrics that we will start internally tracking would be to make sure that if we believe that our mission is to spread and make people learn programming, then we should track a particular metric, and we should track that even if we are putting out free content out there, how do we track that we are impacting as many people as possible? So we will take certain goals for the quarter, for the year, etc., and then we'll achieve that. And yeah, I mean these are few things I want to clarify before. And by the way, creation of wealth does not mean that your value statements are changing. So let's say if you take more salaries, or if you're taking more stocks, that does not mean that what CoachChef stands for is suddenly going to change. It just means that you're going to be rewarded for your efforts. And I mean, even non-profit organizations like Khan Academy, Wikipedia publicly lists his salary at around $500,000, etc. So I mean that it does not. These two are not two opposite ends of the spectrum. Just because you are making money does not mean that the impact that you are going to create or the values by which CoachChef is being built on will change.
I think that's most of the questions are answered, and probably to the satisfactory level. But if somebody has any question, follow-up questions on the answers that have been given, please feel free to ask them. Anyone?
So Anup, what I would say is that feel free to, by the way, even continue adding to this document, so you can create a new section of new questions or whatever. And if a certain set are collected, I'm happy to have another AMA later this week, even as many times as needed between now and the next several weeks. If I have to jump on a call every second day or third day, I'm happy to do that to ensure that everybody's sort of questions are resolved.
And I'm around for another 15-20 minutes, happy to answer. Just one request. This is something we follow at Unacademy. On Zoom calls, you don't need to do it today, but maybe from the next Zoom calls, if like all of you have your video on, the engagement is much better. I mean, I can see all of you, and I can interact with all of you. This is something we follow as a process across our organization, that we don't do, especially if it's a Zoom call, then we request everyone to just be out there and speak with their cameras on, etc. But it's not needed today.
I have one question. Hi, Gaurav. Hi, Bhavan.
Hi,
So, Gaurav, you mentioned about the example of Khan Academy. So, are we looking to position ourselves as a non-profit entity which is generating revenues, or a for-profit social venture, or something else?
We will be a for-profit social venture. That's what Unacademy is also. We will have a very huge focus on sort of this mission to empower people and make our platform more accessible to everyone. But I think we will also eventually have a strong focus on generating revenues without impacting our core free platform.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah.
One quick note, by the way, and I have to hop off. Gaurav can stick around if you guys still have further questions. I have another call, but as I mentioned, if people have questions, then I'm happy to continue sort of calls tomorrow, day after also. Anup, I think you've already mentioned this to folks, but we also want to make sure that the manner in which this is communicated to the community is inherent with our values and represents the actual facts. It's not a sale of CoachChef. It's not a commercial transaction. It's not going to change the values in the community. It's only going to further the objectives and goals. And so it's important that you and the team figure out the best structure to communicate this in the right manner. I think Anup's already taken some steps on that. So to that extent, I think we're pretty well sorted and good out there.
Yeah. So the Bhavan, Gaurav, the thing that we decided, right, it will be good to have a minute or two of your address the community as well, and we can put that in the blog.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this video is recorded any which ways, but I'm happy to actually do a 2-minute video recording or a 3-minute video recording, and maybe Gaurav, you and me can do one jointly on a Zoom call between the two of us, record the Zoom call and send it out, where both of us just talk about our passion behind this, our rationale, and what we're trying to do out here, and that can be included in the communication. So we'll do that late evening today or early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Perfect. That works with me.
Gaurav,
the post is going out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. And if you can give me some inputs on the Unacademy part that we can add on the blog.
Perfect. I'll send you something I'll sell you something by tonight.
Cool.
Anup, I'm going to drop off. Thanks, everybody. Lovely catching up with everybody, and I'll catch up again to the extent there are additional questions. Thanks, Anup, for organizing this.
Yeah. Do we have more questions for Gaurav? Anyone?
And feel free, ask me anything. Be very candid about whatever. Happy to answer. Like don't have a filter in what you ask. I mean, obviously some filter is needed. Don't ask me random stuff, but like happy to answer anything you have in mind.
I just saw Arjun sharing a link to an article, to an answer that you wrote in 2015 on Quora. How should a guy begin to prep for ICPC from the grassroots level?
I was not. I was a competitive program, but I was not the best. I was
It's a
I was
pretty
an
elaborate
average.
answer, by the way. Yeah.
Huh?
It's a pretty elaborate answer.
Oh, I don't remember. Where is this link? Oh, chat.
I will send it to chat. Yeah, is it there? How do I send it here in chat? Okay.
Got it.
Do you have anything else that you would want to probably say? You can, or else will.
The only thing I want to say is that Bhavin was running too many things, and I will try to spend more time, and I think the resources that you'll get will be much more than you currently had. So I think the only thing I would tell all of you is to think of big ideas now. Think of what can we do to take CoachChef to the next level. Don't be limited by capital. You will have capital. Don't be limited by any constraints. Because we are in education, we have done a lot of stuff in other segments, whether it's scaling up free content or live classes or subscription or even monetization. We have a very strong internal team, and at some point, we'll maybe have internal sessions where those guys helping you out and maybe Anup helping them out. So there will be a lot of that also. But अगर अभी तक आप लोग ये सोचते थे कि थोड़ा restricted उसमें काम करना है, so I think the only thing that I would want to change is that try and remove restrictions now. Think big in whatever we can do, because I think I think CoachChef is one of the best products in education in the world right now. And I think we need to take it to the next level now.
Cool then.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Gaurav. This is Chanukya. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. Hi. I'm doing great. Thank you. This is a quick question on the business development front, or on the monetization part of it. So basically, CoachChef also has some other product, right? So for example, it's not just limited to the core competitive programming platform, and also we also offer some certain things for businesses, like say be it branding or be it the platform itself. So do you also, what are your objectives, or does that align, or do you also want to get into that vertical, or what is your overall take on that?
My overall take is that Unacademy has a strong DNA in building consumer products. So if we can, so we do not have to stop anything right now. I believe in the philosophy of experimentation. So let's say we experiment 2-3 consumer products, and that's how we monetize. And if one of them takes off very massively, then we can shut down the other ones which are not scaling as well. But as of right now, I would want you to continue doing what you are currently doing. My belief is that at the end of the day, yes, B2B is a good monetization source, but my belief is that if you build a good consumer product, for example, Unacademy now has 200,000 paid students who have an active subscription of Unacademy at this point. So I have a strong belief that building great consumer products is a good way to monetize, and that way you're also helping the consumers. I mean, there are certain section of consumers that are going to use your free platform and everything, but if they want an affordable solution or they want to take their learning to the next level, I think that ways consumers also get a lot of help.
Okay.
I mean,
Got
our
it.
mission statement should not be to help other businesses. Our mission statement should be to help programmers.
Yeah, got it. This is something cheesy, but will an academy use CodeChef for its own recruitment purposes?
Okay. I was not aware of that.
Okay. Okay, no problem. That's fine. Yeah. Thanks for your time. Yeah.
No, I think that was probably a question. Will an academy use CodeChef for its own hiring?
I thought he's saying an academy uses.
No. Well, I'm asking more on the front that right now you might be using some other solution, right? Be it HackerRank or Hacker.
I mean, that.
Sure.
I mean, we would definitely want to use, but I'm just saying, let's even think big now. Let's think, how do we get millions of people to use a product, both free and paid, that we can create, etc. But
Right.
I mean, I've been a big fan of CodeChef since I was in third year of college. That's when I heard first about CodeChef. But I'll tell you my experience in 2 minutes with CodeChef, which I would want to solve for everyone else. I always thought that CodeChef was for programmers who knew programming already. And for the first 15 days, I could not figure out कि मेरा code क्यों नहीं चल रहा, because it was GCC compiler and not your basic compiler or G++ compiler or whatever. So I think I think there are so many students in engineering colleges in the country who are getting access to very, very low quality education, especially in computer science, especially in computer programming. Can we collectively change that? And our model should not be like income sharing agreements. By the way, I'm not a personal believer in those models where, those are just colleges. I believe that that when you go online, when you use internet, I think your model should be that you're providing access to the very best repository of this content where people want to learn something, and then they have CodeChef as a platform to try stuff out, and then there are free courses that from A to B. If we can make this a culture in Indian colleges, that if you are a computer science student, just go to codechef.com. There is a courses tab. Just start learning everywhere there, and these are the courses by some of the best programmers and people who can communicate very well, etc. And very basic. I mean, the only requirement should be that you should know how to turn on a computer. I think if that's the requirement, can we teach that, and then can we do that for students in school, etc.
True. Yeah. I think yeah, starts from 0 to yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah, hi, Gaurav. Just to add to what Chanukya said, actually, a bit of on the question bit. So on today's date, some of the engagements that we do with businesses, they also impact the community in a positive sense. For example, if you're helping on the hiring front, let's say running a hiring challenge, or collaborating with a big software provider like Intel or Microsoft, and teaching their courses directly by their team. So some of these initiatives might also impact the consumers. So do you think that we should probably continue investing in these kind of engagements?
Yes, I think B2B2C is a great way to reach out to consumers. 1 year back, we were internally discussing of a product. Our fundamental belief was when employees join an organization, they don't learn after that unless they are highly motivated. So jab bhi koi, like anybody joins any organization, their learning stops unless they have a very high motivation and they don't have the access or the tools. So if they have exposure, they'll go to YouTube, they'll go to any other platform. Can we create a platform for organizations across the world where their consumers directly use us to become better? I think that's also a good way. I mean, see, at some point we'll have so many problems to solve, which we do at Unacademy also, that we pick 1 or 2 problems, and I ask myself 2-3 questions. The first question I ask is the problem big enough? Is it worth solving? So if it is big enough, then the next question I ask is, is there a team problem fit? Which means, is this team the best team to solve that particular problem? So I think whenever we decide our next opportunities, we should first ask ourselves, is it big enough? And second, is the current CoachChef team the right fit to solve this problem? So maybe let's say if we have 3 problems, all big enough, we will be picking the ones that you guys are most excited about. You know, you guys have the DNA to solve that problem, and you are most excited about.
Yeah, that's helpful. Also, Gaurav, like if you're talking from the consumer perspective, whom are you looking to target? Like most of the Unacademy users, as I understand on today's date, they are aspirants and they are like on the early phase of their careers. Might be in the K-12 segment or preparing for exams just like UPSC and all. But for programming, you just mentioned that you're also looking to target probably the professional programmers. Is that correct? Like, or you would want to evaluate that once? What is currently your views on that?
See, I think you're getting this wrong. I think you'll need to decide that. See, what I will do is that I'll empower you guys to make these decisions. If you think we should go after a particular problem, then I'll tell you to go after it. I'll ask just 2 questions. Is it big enough? And are you guys excited to do it? Uske baad, what problem you have to pick, whether you want to build systems to teach programming to school students, to teach programming to college students, to maybe build like what you did with Snackdown, to maybe double down on that. For example, I was telling Anup that we should start Snackdown again. He was telling me it's one of the best events, like top 4 events of the world, programming events. We should start doing that. So if you want to attract even better competitive programmers, we should start doing that. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Okay, guys, I have to run now. So it was nice interacting. So don't be worried. I don't think anything changes. In fact, things will, like, I think the synergies will help. I mean, there might be obviously some concerns right now because of the change, but I think 4-5 weeks later you'll realize that the game is much faster and bigger now. That you guys are empowered to do a lot of great stuff, and the playground is much bigger.
Great. Yeah, I think thanks Gaurav for being candid in answering all the questions. If we have more questions, we will probably we'll write in the same document. We can add another section, and yeah, we can have another session.
And if you guys have any internal WhatsApp group or something where the core team is there, etc., you can add me. If there are any more questions, I can send a voice note there only, which you can forward to the rest of the team.
Yeah, we'll have to form a group.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool.
Thanks a lot. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Anup. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gaurav.